Welcome to Tech Notice. I wanted to make this talking head video talking about Windows 11. So especially if you're a creator, you might be wondering, is it worth upgrading to Windows 11, Windows 10? What's the difference? You know, what's some of the improvements? Is it going to be better? Is it going to be worse? But officially Windows 11 has been out probably about 5, 6, 7 days, something like that. Depends when this video will be live. Hopefully I can edit the video quite fast. But the question is then, should you upgrade or not? Let's talk. So let me jump straight to the conclusion. Should you upgrade or not? If you don't want to watch the rest of the video, here's the big answer to you. No, don't upgrade right now. Just don't do it, because most likely you're going to see a worse performance than what you're doing right now. Another question you might have is the Windows 11 faster? And the answer is not at the moment. Right now, most likely, like 99.9% of the cases, Windows 11 is going to be slower than Windows 10 that you're currently running. Which leads me to the next point is, especially if you're on AMD like CPUs or AMD platform, AMD has put out this like little kind of a note or publication and said that they know that Windows 11 is most likely going to be worse for them, and they've seen some of the like results being quite a bit worse actually, especially if you're running like some of the Ryzen 9 processors that are above 8 cores, then you're most likely going to see, you know, quite a performance dip, can be up to 15 or more percent. You know, here's this what it says there about the measured and functional L3 cache latency may increase for some applications. UEFI CPC2 preferred core may not preferentially schedule threads on a processor's fastest core. So basically what they're saying is Windows 11 and like AMD hardware are not talking together like perfectly yet. There's some translation errors and they don't know quite how to take advantage of that. Now the interesting thing is, I've looked a little bit, like done research online, and some of the benchmark scores, especially for creative applications, interestingly, on Intel processors on Intel processors, we're not going to see as much of a dip as on AMD. So why is that like that? Now, I don't have a solid answer for you, but what I've seen online, what I've read, I am guessing, this is my opinion here, but I think it's a pretty solid, guess, is that because Intel and Microsoft have been working together for their next Alder Lake processors, and this information is right up there on the internet, this is no secret, I think that they've literally just optimized a little bit better their previous generation of processors. That's the 11, 10, 9th, and previous, if there is even previous ones supported. But those processors will be better supported for Windows 11 just because Intel's been, working together with Microsoft, and that's why AMD doesn't have that big of an edge. It's a little bit of a cheeky move, I think, but hey, I can't prove that this is what it is. But to me, it very much looks like this is what's been happening. So if you're running any of the AMD processors, you're most likely going to see a dip over there. Now, another thing is a lot of your creative applications like Adobe and other things aren't actually fully supported on Windows 11. So if you look at the results for video editing for Windows 11 here, I'm looking at Premiere Pro here. Budget Bench has done all these testing. I'm actually currently running some of these benchmarks. Oh, one's done. I'm currently doing some testing for Windows 10 and Windows 11 and on some of the stuff that I can't tell you about, so stay tuned. Give me your best guess in the comments below. But looking here on Premiere Pro, we see that Windows 11 is like most cases just like slower in every single way. So if you're a video editor on Premiere Pro and on After Effects over here, I would recommend you doing that. But interesting thing here is looking at the Intel Xeon, the new W series 38 core processor is getting like over 50% of an increase in this. By the way, this is the beta for the new After Effects as well, which is basically just takes a bit more of a utilization of your multi-core processors, because previously After Effects couldn't really utilize all the cores, but now, like if you have above 8 cores or so, it can do that. It's in beta. It's going to be, launched soon, so stay tuned, subscribe if you want to see or hear those news. But interestingly, Intel Xeon is going to see a boost, up there. But most likely, you're going to see a little bit of a dip. But Intel ones, that's the interesting thing. Look, another Intel 32 core over here. We see a little bump, which is better on Windows 11. AMD Ryzen, the 5950X, lower on Windows 11. The i9 11900K is actually look better again on Windows 11, which is interesting. The Threadripper though, the 32 core, is better on Windows 11 than on Windows 10. But still, regardless, I wouldn't recommend you go in with the Windows 11 even on these processors that are better in Windows 11, just because officially none of the Adobe applications right now are supported for Windows 11. So there might be bugs and things, and you just don't want your program to crash when you're about to, you know, finish your program and you crash and lose a lot of your work you already done. I wouldn't recommend that. The same thing is on DaVinci Resolve. Most likely you're going to see a dip in performance, or it's not stable. So it's not worth going for this yet. But it's not all bad news really for Windows 11. I think we should be excited for Windows 11 because it works differently and it's going to be better than Windows 10, but we just have to wait for all these software companies to actually talk together, and hardware companies to actually utilize all the hardware so we can make sure that this all still works. For example, in V-Ray, the GPU rendering score, if you look at those scores done on Windows 10 and Windows 11, we can see that Windows 11, we're getting roughly an average about 18% boost in the GPU rendering, which for me, I don't know about you, but this makes me very excited because it just tells me that, you know, the software can talk to the hardware, and we can utilize it a bit more and better. So that's good news. Another question you might have is oh, will I lose support for my Windows 10 if I want to keep going on Windows 10? And no, you won't. Well, until 2025, which is quite a long time away if you're asking me. So you have plenty of time to upgrade to Windows 11. So I wouldn't do that right now. Wait for all these, you know, softwares and, you know, wrinkles and stuff to be ironed out between all these hardware and software, and then upgrade to that. But right now, please just don't do it. You're going to regret it later. In conclusion, to underline this one more time for you, I don't think you should be upgrading to Windows 11 right now. Maybe in a month's time or something, mid-November, something like that, then it's worth upgrading to Windows 11. If you want to know when, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification to actually see the video where I'm going to say, go on guys, jump the ship, go to Windows 11, because it's already now. We can actually move on to Windows 11 and get good performance boost over there. But at this point right now, I wouldn't recommend that, because most software, and even Windows 11, there's a lot of just errors, bugs and stuff that you don't want to encounter, and there is really no big benefits there, for 99.9% of the people that really make you want to switch, because for me, the stability is much more important than to get some of the new features, which I'm actually already used to, and I think you are as well. You're very used to your workflow on Windows 10, so I would wait a little bit until you see a big performance boost on Windows 11 and then jump there to actually see a performance in there. But right now, no. Don't do it. Okay, I'll keep benchmarking. I'll speak to you soon. Probably video coming out today or tomorrow as well, so just wanted to make this quick video. Thanks guys for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye. By the way, how do you like this microphone? How did it sound? I'm using this Fifine K658 microphone. It's got little RGB LED lights over here. Do you think it's cool? Anyway, just a cool little thing. I thought, good way to use the microphone. I think it sounds pretty cool, but yeah. It's pretty cool, isn't it?